At the crown of the St. Barbara Bastion in Valletta sits a property that has redefined rebellious luxury. Today we are joined by the man behind the voice and soul of Iniala Harbour House. Managing a prestigious footprint across Malta and Thailand, he operates at the elite intersection of 16th century history and the demands of the world's most discerning travellers. From Michelin-starred dining to the art of the impossible guest request, he is the primary architect of the high net worth experience. Kyle Pace Cumbo, welcome to Temple Talks. Hi Kyle, really happy to have you here at Temple Talks with us today.
Thank you so much for the invitation. Excited to be here.
Absolutely, you've pretty much just stepped off a plane, so we're honoured to have you here. I'm going to get straight into it and I'm going to ask you a question because for us you are the maestro of high-end hospitality, entertainment and experiences. What's the most unusual or challenging request you've ever received, you as a team I'm talking about, from a client and turned into reality? So something that's really out there.
I mean, we get quite a lot of requests, but none of them were out of this world. I mean, there was an episode where a celebrity wanted a horse. We got the horse. She didn't like the horse though.
Okay.
And she wanted to go around Valletta on a horse.
On a horse, okay. Yeah. This is cool. You didn't manage to make it happen?
No, we did. We brought in the horse, we brought everything, but the horse wasn't white. She wanted a white horse.
Oh,
she would have specified that.
Okay.
I think nowadays we exaggerate when we think, they're gonna come up with all these requests,
Okay.
but they're all normal requests. I mean, what's the worst? If they want a private jet, we can get a private jet. If they want a huge boat, we own boats. We work with partners. What is there?
You can make everything happen,
Exactly.
even from this small island of Malta.
I think it's easier in Malta. The Maltese love a challenge. The team loves a challenge. So when it's something exciting and different, they all try to make it happen.
Sure.
And there's the pride behind that. We've made this happen.
Absolutely. I mean, I've had some experience of working with some high-profile talent, let's say, in Malta, and there is this sense of being able to make anything happen. And it seems almost easier here than anywhere else, and sometimes at the fraction of the cost of the cost elsewhere.
Yeah.
Would you say that still rings true?
It is. I must say also Thailand is very similar, where
Similar to Malta.
Similar
in that
to
sense.
Malta. I see Thailand like Malta many years ago, but it's also a destination where anything can happen, anything can be done.
Good. When I speak to people in the sector, sort of travel, tourism, culture, I guess to a lesser extent, there's always this kind of reflection that Malta is not refined enough in terms of its offering. What you've done with your kind of product or service offering is kind of raise the bar in terms of what is available. What are your thoughts on that? Is Malta striving to become more refined? Does it need to be more refined, or we should just roll with what we've got?
Yeah. If you would have asked me this question around 7 years ago,
Okay.
I would have told you, we're far away. So basically, long story short, when I heard about Iniala, they had Mark had just launched the One Suite, which then opened 2 years later. I was working for another 5-star hotel on the island who had just opened, and I received a call. I was in Istanbul, and my boss was like, "They launched the hotel with our launch, blah blah blah. What are you worried about? Who will ever manage to sell 3,000 euro rooms a night?"
The level, yeah.
Exactly. People like, and also people no sales manager with the right mind will take the job. 1 year later, I was there as sales manager, people selling these rooms, opened in Iniala, and nowadays, I mean, those rooms are our top suites, and our rate is around $5,000 a night.
Yeah.
Full service, of course. I mean, it's not just a room. I think Malta as a destination, we are there.
Okay.
Malta needs to be curated. Especially when you have clients coming in August, when it's very busy. So it's all about making sure that from before arrival to departure, you know what they're doing, and it's an open conversation. And that's why we like being a small property, because there's that one-to-one with our guests. It's not just everything online. What works for one doesn't work for another. I think Malta is a true luxury destination. However, we need to be very careful on how we develop, what we do, and going in the future to see what's going to happen with the industry.
Okay, so for you, Malta is a truly luxurious destination.
It is. It is.
What is it you think that defines that? What sets us apart here in Malta to other localities in the Med, for example?
I mean, as a culture, starting Malta as a culture. We are quite unique. As you know, Malta has been invaded by so many other countries that everyone left a little. So we have quite a rich history, a rich cuisine, architecture, culture. So it's quite unique, starting with our language. Our hospitality, the Maltese are very hospitable. And even the team that come from abroad are now taking also the same approach that the Maltese do.
I think for people that are from here or resident here, live here, sometimes it's very easy to focus on the kind of the gaps, the problems, the things we need to fix, the things we need to improve. My experience of talking with visitors to the island is always one of like they're really, really amazed by what we have to offer. You were talking about the kind of the really rich and diverse history that makes up the country as it is today. You were talking about there's something kind of within the very DNA of Maltese people to kind of exceed and excel in hospitality. So this sort of, I don't think it's about impressing people. It's probably it's just about being good to others and making people happy. So,
I mean, as a Maltese, I'm the first one usually to complain.
Okay.
Because I'm here, I'm most of the time in Malta. However, when, for example, I'm in London, all my friends tell me, you love London so much because you pop in for a week, a month, and then you leave. Living here is different.
Exactly.
So I think that is the point of you have to look at things. We see things because we're here, we get caught in traffic, but where? I mean, when I went to Miami, I got stuck in traffic for an hour. I didn't complain because I was on holiday.
Yes.
But then every day in Malta, like, I'm in traffic again.
Of course.
I mean, we are quite unique as an island, and it's not about how many beautiful hotels we have. It's about the culture, the gastronomy, the island life.
Yes.
And that is what I miss when I'm abroad. That you wake up, you can go have a coffee, then let's say go to a museum, then you already started your aperitif at 11.
Yeah.
Lunch, few bottles of wine later, you're by the pool having a nap. Then it's the life we should be living, where we're not running after something.
That's brilliant. Thank you. Right, we're going to move straight into the Temple Talks question box. I don't know if anyone prepared you for this.
Denise mentioned something.
You shouldn't look so nervous. There are a few kind of curveballs inside the box. So I'm going to hand this over to you and give it a bit of a shake. And you'll get to select some questions. We'd like you to read them out and give us your answers.
Mala. What's one thing you're currently obsessed with? A book, a show, a gadget, or even a specific snack? Mela. So, I'm obsessed with a lot of things. I'm constantly obsessing myself. So at the moment, Mela, specific snack, I'm always obsessed with McDonald's.
McDonald's,
McDonald's,
okay, this came out.
I'm obsessed with McDonald's. I don't know why. It's been there all my life.
What's your go-to McDonald's item?
Big Tasty.
Big Tasty.
Although last week I had Big Arch, and like
Big Arch is incredible.
Fell in love with it. Like,
okay,
but I always try to have McDonald's in London.
Yeah, Big Arch. Oh my God, I haven't eaten McDonald's in a year or more. I think, and I had the Big Arch.
Amazing.
And it is amazing.
It is.
I have to agree.
It is.
That's a great choice. When's that coming to Malta?
I have no idea.
Maybe we need to start a petition.
Yeah, I think we should. We should.
Good stuff. Okay.
Mara, show. So there are two shows actually. There are two shows which I'm obsessed at the moment. One of them is Maltese by Luke Sidon, Milkazin Malti.
Okay.
It was redone last year in Malta, and it's a beautiful show. I mean, it's about the LGBT history, how things happened in Malta. I mean, I've watched it 3 times, cried myself
Okay.
like every time. Like it's beautiful music, beautiful acting, like amazing.
Okay. And this is running long term, or
No, unfortunately, they did 2 years ago, and it was repeated last year for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
But it is on Spotify. The music is on Spotify.
Okay.
I suggest people like it.
Okay. And this is a Maltese language show?
It's in Maltese, yeah. Although Luke is Maltese, but based in London.
In London. Okay.
And then there's Titanic.
Okay.
I watched it twice. I fell in love. It's so easy.
Is this Titanic the movie or the show?
No, the show,
The
Titanic.
show? Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's
Alright.
good fun, easy.
Cool. Okay.
So
With a sad, happy ending.
no, well, happy ending for sure. I mean, it's one of those musicals where you just sit. It's the story from Celine Dion's point of view if she was on the ship.
Okay.
It's just pure fun.
So you're a Celine Dion fan?
I am a Celine
We keep
Dion.
having guests that are fans of Celine Dion.
I am a Celine Dion fan.
Okay, there's a common thread here. Okay,
Celine Dion, Cher, Dolly Parton, obviously.
let's grab another
Zico.
question. That's
No.
brilliant.
Let's see. Well, if you could only stay in one Iniala property for the rest of your life, would it be Malta or Thailand?
Don't think of family.
Malta's my baby, but I think Thailand will be
Okay,
the destination where
okay.
I'll stay.
What are the distinct differences between the two properties?
Well, one's a beach property. It's a mix of suites and villas. I mean, when Mark created Thailand, he brought in 15 designers to create this unique piece of art, monument. And also the lifestyle, the sun. I live for the sun. In fact, this weather at the moment, it's killing me.
Yeah.
I had nicer weather in London last week and this week.
It's been
It's been
mad.
here.
It has been mad. It's
Oh,
been
no.
mad. So Thailand over Malta,
Definitely.
that's like there, relax, everything's done. Okay, what about the food? Do you like the food in Thailand?
I love the food.
Okay.
I love the food. I mean, we have Iniala in Thailand, which is by Chef Inkitichai. So Ian is like the Gordon Ramsay of Asia.
Okay.
Funny that we've mentioned it. We're bringing him to Malta. We're opening Iniala also in Malta
Nice.
in July.
Where would that be?
In Valletta.
In Valletta.
So we're opening Iniala Solis, which is this new palazzo, which will have a beautiful outdoor pool overlooking the harbour. We're going to have the Thai restaurant Iniala, 9 new suites, and also we're working on the wellness and longevity sector, which will also have its own kitchen.
This is incredible. So 9 new suites.
9 new suites.
Thai restaurant. Swimming pool overlooking the harbour.
Exactly, the longevity,
Amazing.
which is a full project, and then we're opening also a new palazzo.
Okay, this is
in
incredible.
Valletta.
Always pushing the bar. in terms of
Always.
standard.
And it's not just in hospitality, but always also art, design, and service.
Yeah, okay. I know we're supposed to be doing quick fire questions, but I'm going to ask you a bit about this. What's the driver there? I mean, Mark is obviously the founder. He conceptualized the idea. You're there running the show. Like, is it a partnership in terms of driving this forward?
I mean, Mark is an exceptional man. He comes up with certain ideas that you wouldn't even think about. I mean, for example, we were discussing about the opening, the launch video, and it started with an idea. Then I get a call like, "Are we gonna do this? We're gonna do this." Oh yeah, let's do it. Part 1, part 2. Mark. Oh my God, I've just got another idea. Boom, 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 boom. 2 hours later, you get everything.
Okay.
It's always on the go. It's always fun. There's no same day.
Okay, and would you see him then as a person that is sort of more creative over business or business over creative, or is it this brilliant
both.
balance between the
It's
two?
a balance for both. I mean, when it comes to numbers, and I mean, you can't beat him. By
Okay.
the time I take out my calculator, he's already calculated everything. Like
Yeah, okay.
second.
So is it? It's I get the idea that it's almost like dream big and then dream again to dream bigger.
We build it and they will come.
Okay, I mean that must. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So that must be a dream scenario for you, being
It
from
is.
Malta, working for someone that is sort of prolific in terms of their creations and raising the standards. So
Yeah, I've never worked like with anyone like Mark. Not just the creativity side, but always pushing the boundaries, always one step ahead, think out of the box, creating something that no one would think of creating, even investment-wise. Usually when you open a hotel, it stops, time to make money. I mean,
Yes.
we've been open for 5 years now. This year, we've refurbished 2 of our buildings that have been opened later. So it's always, the concept is not just the rate goes up and, the rooms, the suites get older, but everything is always brand new and up to standard.
Okay. So, and that has to be sort of really embedded in the overall vision. So there's
It
something
is,
about
yeah.
quality and standards. And what have you.
I mean, where we're heading as a brand, it has to be, yes.
Okay.
Has to be always there.
So Thailand, Malta, growth in Malta. Any ideas or plans for sort of further afield, different destinations?
There is a destination in mind.
Okay.
If hopefully things go well, we'll start talking about it very soon.
Okay. Okay.
But also in Malta, I mean, Iniala as a brand is growing, but we're also working on a new brand, more of a lifestyle brand, also in Valletta, which will not be under the Iniala name.
Okay. Do you want to tell us a bit more about that? What, when you say lifestyle brand,
It's more
lifestyle so broad. What have you got in mind?
It's still early days.
Sure.
So even the concept, and we're still working on the concept, and depends on if we manage to sign the property we are working with abroad, then the concept will open in Malta.
Okay.
But it's a beautiful Grand Harbour view property.
Accommodation.
Accommodation,
Okay.
around 45 rooms,
Wow.
which will have its own restaurant, its own lounge. I mean, it's early days because I can't really give out that lot.
No, I've got that feeling. Even with your I don't want to prize it out of you, but you're talking about a European destination outside of Malta or Asia again?
No. European.
Okay.
European.
And then in Malta, and with this lifestyle concept, do you see that as something that becomes then more broadly appealing because it's more accessible to people, or is it still going to be on the kind of the high end, the ultra high net worth?
No, it's not. The way it's still going to be high end, but not ultra. I mean,
Okay.
Iniala is the empress, the queen, the crown. So,
Sure.
so I don't think we will continue growing the brand Iniala, but this new brand will be not as high end. It will be still luxury, but a different concept.
Okay, so it's just the access point becomes different for people.
Exactly, yes.
So for me, this is where you start getting into the realms of you're beginning to shape not just your own brand, but beginning to shape things culturally for the country in a sense, because it becomes something that's there for more people.
Yeah.
And that's the shift that I think when we were talking about refinement probably needs to happen at some point. So even, for example, away from your sector, for example, retail, there's a limited choice, right? So you attracting clients in based on the experience, the culture, the history, the food. I think there's still some gaps that need to change. Do you see Iniala or another brand sort of stepping into different areas at some point?
Yeah.
Cool. Good. Okay, we leave it there, I think.
Let's leave it there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm pushing. Let's grab another question.
Well, if you had to delete every app on your phone except for 3, which ones would make the cut? Interesting. I think I'll keep my Instagram,
Okay.
my WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I'll definitely get rid of my emails. Well, Instagram, WhatsApp, and ChatGPT app. It saves so much
kind of
time.
AI. Okay. Yeah.
It
It's
saves-
incredible. Like, how was that for you a year ago? ChatGPT. Was it a big feature in your life?
No, it wasn't.
It's just accelerated, right?
Exactly. The past few months where we had to reach out to companies, even get our website, everything. I mean, getting AI into everything.
Yeah.
The thing is, there's a fine line between, because what we do is it's all about the service, that extra thought from our team. When then AI, you completely go non-human.
Yes.
So it's a fine line where do you stop, but you need to be there.
Exactly.
So I mean, one of the new concepts, we are finding a way in between to have AI and also the human presence.
Yeah. Okay. That's really important. I mean, one of my kind of pet gripes is when I receive correspondence or a message or some sort of marketing communication, and you can clearly, it's identifiable as something that's just been like run through a ChatGPT type program, and it's just like
Exactly. You know what people, this is going to be a long
Yeah,
journey
yeah.
till you get to where you want to.
Yeah, sure. So, but AI is going to be important to you and the company.
It is. I mean,
Okay.
we are setting up all our systems now. It comes to revenue management, marketing, SEO. Everything has to be
Sure.
incorporate AI. It has
Okay.
to.
And you mentioned Instagram as well. So that's it. That was what I assumed that sort of on a personal level, staying in touch with people.
Exactly.
How do you use that? Is it like is it something about like almost like a personal diary, personal blog where you've been what you've done, or
People,
is there something about self-promotion linking that to your role in the business, or?
it's my life, you know.
Yeah.
Before you used to have albums. Now it's like in the future. But when I grow old, I can say, you did this, I did that.
Yeah. Okay.
And
okay.
basically, that's it. It's funny because me and my partner had this discussion yesterday. So, I told him if I ever had to pass away, just leave my socials up there. That's my legacy.
Okay, your legacy. I've been here, done that. Okay, that's interesting. Let's grab another question.
Well, the last thing that made you laugh until you cried.
The horse in Valletta.
The horse in Valletta.
Yeah.
I think it was Titanic, the musical.
Okay.
I think it was one of those shows where I was in a good place. All my work was done, was easy.
Yeah.
I was with my partner in London, and we just went to see Titanic, and just like
Nice.
it was good fun.
Yeah. Okay. It's
And
good to laugh out loud, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We don't do that enough. I don't think as humans we just don't laugh enough. Maybe
We
it's me.
don't. Yeah.
You agree?
I mean,
Okay.
exactly. You know, there's Botox. You can laugh as much as you need, and then you cover the lines.
Brilliant. Okay. Next question.
What's the trend in the luxury industry right now that you actually think is overrated? You know, when you go to these, it's not in Malta yet.
It's coming, is it?
I think it will at some point. In Asia, where you stay in the pool and they put in this breakfast basket floating.
Okay.
I think that is one of the most overrated things I'm seeing lately.
It just doesn't make sense.
It's all Instagrammable, nothing else.
Yeah.
In reality, logistically wise, it's so uncomfortable.
Okay.
I think that is
Well,
one
you're
of
like
the
dropping
most
your
things.
breakfast in the pool, and
It goes in. Then if you move, there's a bit of a wave. Everything falls.
So it's all about the gram. That's it.
Exactly.
That's it. Okay.
Exactly.
Go. Give me another example. These are great from like
Another
travels or
example.
experiences.
I need to make sure that I'm not doing it myself.
That's okay. I mean, you're a trendsetter, so you know you can dictate what we do and what we don't. There's things. I mean, one of the things, probably not seeing it so much now. It's kind of moved down, but like the whole thing about a bill in a restaurant being presented in some kind of treasure chest to you. Can't stand that. Do you know what?
Everyone was coming up with these unique ideas to present the bill in unique ways.
And the worst one is when you open this box of your bill and there's a mirror and it's like looking back at you, looking back at you, you know, shock, surprise, you know.
Yeah, sometimes we try too hard.
Yeah, I think so.
To impress, and it goes out.
Yeah, would you say simplicity is the key still?
That is. I think it is in nowadays. It also depends. It depends what concept. I mean, if you're in Disneyland, you are expecting something different. But if you're in a fine dining restaurant, even normal restaurant, you just ask for a bill, nice pouch, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
And life goes on.
Okay. What about molecular gastronomy?
Oh God, I think we've been there, done that.
That was an odd one. I mean, this continues, right? But I don't feel comfortable drinking tomato soup, let's say, out of a champagne glass that looks like champagne. It just kind of messes with my head. You know what I mean? These kind of weird things.
Even cocktails nowadays, as much as I love a good cocktail, give me a glass of wine, glass of champagne. Simple, easy. But some go and go. The hangovers are not what they used to be. So the more you mix.
Sometimes difficult to drink. It's too much garnish, like the straw. You
Exactly,
try
and
to, you know.
sugar levels and all this, like, yeah. Clean glass of champagne, wine,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Favorite wine off the cuff, red.
Favorite one, red. Yeah, I think I'd go for Primitiva.
I knew you were going to say that. That's
Or
good.
just,
Great
yeah,
choice.
Primitiva,
Okay.
maybe.
And in Asia, how's it finding wine? You find good wine from?
So I'm a big drinker. However, in
Did
Asia,
you just say you're a big
I
drinker?
am a big
Okay.
drinker, yeah. People who knows me
Is it?
knows
Good. I love that. You
People.
say that with pride, just sort of.
I could wake up at 8 in the morning, have a glass of champagne,
Good.
have a Bloody Mary.
Nice.
It doesn't do
Limits.
anything. Like,
Limits or no limits?
No limits.
Oh,
So,
wow.
holiday, no holiday. Emma.
Love this. Yeah, do you? I'm saying like wine, good wines in Asia. Yeah.
Asia. So in Asia, I didn't drink quite a lot. I didn't, funnily enough. I drank a lot of tequila.
Okay.
This year.
This is becoming a big thing. I think tequila is surpassing like the gin drinkers.
Exactly.
in
It's a
way.
happy drink.
It's a happy drink.
If
Go
it's a
on.
good tequila, it doesn't give you a hangover.
Yeah.
Happy, gives you energy.
Low calorie.
Low calorie, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think.
I keep hearing this a lot.
And
keep
this
getting
started
asked
in
that
the.
question.
I was in the US and I was with a client and he took a tequila soda with lime.
It was good. It has to be a good tequila. Tequila is the new
Yes,
gin.
it has to.
Gin
be
is
with
done.
tequila.
Tequila's in. Love it. Okay.
Yep.
Next question. Let's
No,
go.
no. If Valletta was a person, what drink would they order at the bar? It's all around alcohol today.
It is.
Mela, if Valletta
That's your
was a,
Instagram just gave it all away. And clearly, yeah. The researchers were like, this guy likes to drink.
I think I would go for. I know what Mela. At Ion we have a very, very good bartender and he does an amazing mezcal margarita.
Okay.
And I think that is.
Tequila again.
But it's quite a unique margarita cocktail because it's distilled, it's transparent,
Okay.
amazing. So yeah, I think it's mezcal margarita.
Okay.
If you had a superpower, would it be the ability to teleport or the ability to pause time? I'll teleport.
You
I
teleport.
hate flying, so I would teleport for sure.
Okay. What do you
For
hate
sure.
about flying? Just that you're sort of losing time, or
As that time, just sitting there,
Okay.
not being able to do anything.
okay. But
you're
I
confined.
assume you travel business class or
Depends.
private jet or
No, I'm not there with private yet. But
Okay.
Mark, if you're listening,
well, this is about efficiency, right? Time management, arriving
depends.
feeling good.
depends.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't slum it in economy at the back and small leg room and no, exactly. So you travel well. But is that like losing? You could be doing something else or.
I think the fact that I know that I have to be in a place sitting down and can't do anything, I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Okay.
Tipo,
Okay.
The more I have to follow rules, the more I'm like,
Okay.
I don't like it. So
Sure.
I think that's the main thing about.
So what would we all have to travel, what's your favorite mode of travel? If there was no kind of boundaries?
Both.
By boat.
Both.
Beautiful.
I'm big yachting, so I think.
Yeah, nice.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received that you actually use every day? So that's very rude, I can't say it live. The second one would be, who knows me knows what it is.
Okay.
The second one I think would be, use your mind to work and think, not to keep things in it.
Okay.
Naħseb, that's what
Okay.
I think. But, or when life gives you lemons, a tequila.
I love that. I was waiting for the lemonade, but
Le.
tequila's good.
No, tequila's
All
good.
right, cool.
Mela. What's your absolute go-to comfort meal after a long week and big decisions?
So
McDonald's.
we're back there.
We're back there.
The Big
McDonald's.
Arch.
Exactly.
What is that
McDonald's.
sauce they put in the Big Arch?
It's very similar to the Big Tasty.
You're
might-
such a connoisseur. I love this.
I think it has more onions, maybe. Like,
No, there's no onions. There's something else going on in
it's
there.
amazing. We went.
It's amazing.
I was in London. I took some clients to watch Devils Wear Prada.
Okay.
And then afterwards, everywhere was closed because for some reason, in London, the restaurants close very early.
Yes.
Like at 10, everything's closed.
Yeah. It's
And
funny.
we
Elsewhere in
went-
the world, they're opening, and in
Exactly.
London, they're closing. Yeah.
And went to, let's grab something at McDonald's, at least. And then we ended up McDonald's. McDonald's seating area was closed.
Okay.
And in that cold, at like 11 at night, eating McDonald's, all of us, like all luxury agents, sitting down on Oxford Street.
This is the reality. This is the reality. Let's bring it back. What London dining, anywhere stand out in particular for you?
Of course, Aulis, which is one of Simon Rogan's restaurants.
Okay.
I've tried this new place called Bocca del Lupo, amazing Italian food.
Okay.
Then the Ivy, obviously, people. But
Okay.
mainly, I think I fell in love with this Bocca del Lupo.
Bocca del Lupo.
Bocca del Lupo. They have a sitting area and
Okay.
bar area.
And what do you
food.
look for when you're dining out? Let's have London in mind.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking for vibe, food, service.
Vibe.
Yeah,
Vibe
always
and food.
vibe.
I love eating, but when I'm out, all my friends know that if I'm gonna eat,
Okay.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay.
So I prefer cocktails and a few nibbles.
Yeah.
So mainly that's what I
Okay.
look for. It's like good vibe, good food, just something not to get drunk too early.
Sure.
Mainly that's it.
And how do you think Malta does for vibe in restaurants? I struggle a bit with this.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
Yeah.
So
But there is where our new restaurant comes along.
okay.
So yeah, we're opening something else also by Simon, where the idea is to have a vibe tapas and also food restaurant where, I mean, it's
Okay.
good cocktails, good drinks, and you
Good.
can have a proper conversation and not just have a full meal where, I mean, when you're a big group sometimes and you're out at dinner,
Mhm.
you only speak to the people next to you or in front of you. But I
Definitely.
miss those places where you just can walk
Definitely.
around.
And all of this is all about design of the space, I think,
It is,
above
it
everything.
is.
And that's the shift that needs to happen.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay, so you're going to bring this to
Yes, hopefully
Malta.
in end of this year.
good. Look forward to that. Let's have another question.
If you're stranded on a desert island but could have one infinite playlist, what's the first song on it?
Cannot be from Titanic.
No. I think this is gonna be either Dolly Parton song or a Cher song.
Okay.
It's gonna be a Cher song.
And which song?
I'm trying to think which. I mean, one of my. Actually, it's gonna be "Man, I Feel Like a Woman."
Okay. Shania Twain.
Yeah, Shania Twain.
Yeah. I have you watched the documentary about her?
No, I haven't. No.
It's incredible. So I'm not a fan of Shania Twain, or I wasn't, and I watched this documentary, and my whole perception changed completely. She's an incredible woman, absolutely.
I'm sure she is. But I haven't watched it
You
yet.
start the lyrics of the music begin to make a lot of sense.
All right.
Yeah. You know.
Okay.
That's cool.
This
Okay.
song has a lot of memories. That's why it came up.
Yeah.
It came to mind.
Okay, for
so-
whatever reason, but yeah. Check it out.
I
Okay.
will.
Let's do another question,
Let's
please.
do another
I'm
one.
enjoying it too much.
What is the one guilty pleasure, show or movie you'll watch even if you've seen it 10 times? I think there's quite a list. There's Moulin Rouge,
Okay.
Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Moulin Rouge. Tipo.
Moulin Rouge, Baz Luhrmann's movie or the show?
Nicole Kidman
Okay,
movie.
Nicole
Yeah.
Kidman. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I love movies where, although you've seen them, but you can do other things while in the background.
Yeah.
So I could watch that like a million times.
That's got a great soundtrack, actually.
It has,
That's
it has.
What's his name? Craig Armstrong, I think, the composer. Yeah, really good soundtrack. Songs that we all know.
Exactly.
and-
I mean, the new
and
one
lyrics.
has good songs, but I think the one previous is still the better one.
Yeah.
Best one.
Okay. Cool. All right. Good choices. So let's talk about Ion Harbour. Was the idea to create a really good restaurant, or was the idea to create a Michelin-star restaurant?
No. So basically, Ion's, the idea was, when we opened, a good restaurant. Pizza, pasta, that was how it all started.
Sure.
And
There's a lot that goes into
exactly.
that journey of becoming Michelin-star.
Exactly, but it wasn't planned. Then, when we opened, I got just, I think, I love movies where, although you've seen them, but you can do other things while in the background. You can the first chef, Andrew Borch, started the journey of Ion. And I mean, one thing led to another, and we won our first Michelin star.
Sure.
This was back in 2021. And then from there, it obviously, how it is then, the
You have to maintain.
you have to maintain it, and the excitement of being always the leading hotel, the leading restaurant on the island, people gets you. So we started working hard. We kept the star, but to be honest, we weren't expecting the second star.
Yeah.
The second star was a surprise.
I mean, that's
In fact, I
something
had
else.
all the mark, everything was prepared. Just we've maintained the star, blah blah blah. But when we won the second star, it was a big surprise.
So what was the original tipping point? Like from going from the idea of we just want a really good restaurant, and then so this was driven by Andrew, or was it Mark, or was it yourself? Or?
Mark is always the head of everything. I mean, Mark has an idea, has a vision, and then together we bring it to life. And it started as a restaurant, but then when you have your chef, the chef is the person who, takes the restaurant to the direction.
It's the heart and soul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And here we are now. I think this is the second or third year that we have the 2 Michelin star.
Okay.
The hotel also has the 2 Michelin key.
Yes.
Only one in Malta, along with the 5-star Forbes recognition. So it's been exciting few years. I mean,
So where do you go from that point? Because then it's just like trying to keep up with.
You always work hard. I mean, now there's the green star, there's the 3rd star, there's the 3rd Michelin key. But there's always something to work harder for and people to go for.
And is that critical to the business in the sense of having that accolade, that kind of public recognition?
It is when you're going. When you're competing with restaurants from all around the world, it's important to have them there. However, at the end of the day, it's the service, it's the soul of the business that counts most. It's walking into Iniala, and it's not. It's the understated luxury. It's the way the team makes you feel. It's always being one step ahead. The intuitive journey of it all. It's not just the accolades. It's also how you feel. It's the team. I mean, there's nothing. There would be no stars, no Forbes, no keys without the team.
Yeah, exactly. So that presents some really big challenges. It's a highly demanding environment to work in. One, to enter, and then to maintain. But you've said a lot to me today about how important the whole team is to this, and this is clear for anyone that is succeeding in business. Knows that it's the people you have around you that's going to make this happen. How do you, as a leader of people, how do you continue to motivate them, keep them on board, encourage them, address sort of issues within the team, and retain the talents? Because we've got limitations on the people available to us to work within the sector. So you've got this juggling act of keeping people happy, maintaining standards, pushing the boundaries all the time. So
I must say I'm very lucky. Starting with my team, I've had my team since day one. But we've been a team 6 since the beginning. We've had many more members joining till last week. But I think it's all about being open, having an easy environment where they feel, I hate using the word home and family. However, it's where they can speak their minds. They know that there's, if something's bothering them, just say it. Unless you say it, we cannot fix it.
Sure.
So it's all about, keeping everyone happy and making sure that they understand that they are needed and they are important for the business as everyone else. And then also there's money. Which is the most important. That's why we all go to work. I mean, there's pride, there's a passion, but we all go to work to pay the bills.
Sure. But you're saying it's more than that financial reward. There's something else. And are you a person that checks in with your not just your key people, but all people in the
constantly.
team?
Constantly, even when I'm on holiday, it's a non-stop. I mean, as we were talking before, I am nothing without my team.
Okay.
There are certain things that Ralph or Renata wouldn't be. I can't do it without them. As with marketing, I have Vanessa and Roberto who are crucial in what they do. So it's very important, and I can't do. I've tried, because when in the beginning it all started by being kind of a one-man band, and then we started growing. But now you start thinking back, how the hell did I ever manage to do it?
Yeah. Okay.
So everyone is important. So I think the team is what leads to the success that where we are today. It comes same in the kitchen, same in front office. I mean, now we have a new general manager with us, Claudia, who came from the Aman family. So that is also very important.
Yeah.
An important step to take us to that next level. Okay. It's a way of communicating. There's a lot of things, but I think communication is key.
Sure. Let's pick out marketing is an interesting one. So you're like an exclusive brand, okay? But you still need to market. You still need to communicate. How do you balance sort of, not that you would ever shout about your brand, but how do you put it out there and also remain that level of discretion for your clients, for exclusivities in a world of digital marketing?
We work a lot with magazines or companies that don't just do the hospitality industry. They do art, they do design, they do fashion. That's one of the ways we market in Iniala. So you won't see us on a brochure, but you will open and see us on Vogue or Harper's Bazaar.
Yes, sure.
So it's the lifestyle aspect of it. I mean, the vision is that Iniala will become a destination, not just a hotel, a gastronomy destination, a place where to stay, where to feel not home, but where to feel comfortable. It's just something quite different than you can find in the market. So
to wrap things up, it's been absolutely brilliant. We've got a couple of scenarios of like a kind of would you rather situation. So the first one is good. Would you rather have a hotel with the best view in the world but average service, or a hotel with no windows but the best service on earth?
Best view.
The best view.
Definitely best view.
Okay.
Funny, it happened to me in Miami. I booked this hotel because it looked beautiful and gorgeous. I checked in, was taken to my room, not even a window.
Oh wow.
I went crazy for 10 days.
Okay.
Definitely a view.
Definitely a view.
Definitely a view.
Bad
the window.
service, great view.
It's very important.
Okay. Cool. And what would your view be? You prefer mountains or sea? Ocean.
Sea.
Of course, you're from an island. Okay, would you rather host a high-profile celebrity who wants total secrecy, or a world-famous influencer who wants to live stream everything?
I think I'd go for the celebrity.
Yeah. Okay.
I've met quite a few.
I was going to say you've done this work.
Yeah.
You've operated at a high level of discretion and
funnily enough, they're the easiest clients to work with.
Okay.
No drama, no big things. I will definitely go for the celebrity.
Okay.
And
do you say that though because nothing is a problem to you guys? Because some of
nothing is a problem. However, everything needs work to get it done. So behind closed doors, it's everyone going crazy, people phoning people, like, I need this, I need that, can you help me with this? I need 24 hours. So, can we fly it in? Mark, can you? So it's, but I think celebrity exclusive, I think I'd prefer that than having someone non-stop live with the camera. It's driving me crazy.
Sure. I'm not going to ask you about any guests that have come. That's unfair. But have you had a moment where you're like, oh my God, this person's staying with us? It's like you're a fan. You sort of.
Yes.
Okay.
We had quite a few in the past years.
Where it's that.
Unfortunately, I'm not around a lot to see them.
Okay.
Because I'm always traveling.
Okay.
There was one who I made it a point to be here.
Okay.
And I mean, she was nice.
From a sort of a personal point, it's like that's someone I'd really love to meet. You admire them, whether they're an artist or an actor.
I thought she was an artist. I mean, I think we can say it. It was Christina Aguilera. She came for Europride.
You can say it.
I think I can say it.
Come on, talk to us about Christina.
She came for Europride. I mean, it was so much fun.
Okay.
Rehearsals and everything. So it was a buzzing time.
They rehearsed in the property?
No, they were rehearsing at the MCC.
Okay, yeah.
So
down the road.
It was close, exactly.
Sure.
But Valletta was buzzing during that period. I mean, it was so much fun, so much colors. It was good. So good.
And did you get some FaceTime? Did you get to drink a tequila?
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Fortunately, no. But for example, then when we have Russell Crowe, then yes, I get to have a few glasses of wine with him.
Okay.
So.
Okay. I'm assuming you've met him a couple of times now.
Yes.
I would have thought.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we were very lucky to have hosted him many times, like Ridley Scott when they were doing Napoleon and also Gladiator 2.
Yeah.
They tend to.
Who most surprising personality you've met?
Most surprising.
That you thought perhaps, for example, they were going to be a big diva, and then you met them, they were really down to earth, or vice versa.
Pedro Pascal.
Who?
Pedro Pascal.
Okay.
So I was having dinner at Ion.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was lunch. I was having lunch at Ion, and I'm looking out. I'm with a client, and the guy was like, "There's a gorgeous man behind you." And the client looked at me like, "Who? I don't know." And the moment he waved, okay, obviously he saw me, and she was looking at that. She told me, "That's Pedro Pascal." I said, "Really?" Yeah, he came and said hello, blah blah. Just, yeah, that was easy.
He was a guest there, or just died in?
He was a guest.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, that's good. Okay, right. Would you rather? Let me get this up for you. We're on the last one. So, would you rather restore a 16th century palazzo into a hotel, or build a futuristic eco resort on a cliffside?
Restore, definitely. I mean, even my house, we've restored an old palazzo, so definitely restore, keeping that Maltese heritage in the property, and also it's what Malta is all about. Also, it's the architecture, the history through the palazzos. I mean, that's what's beautiful about Valletta. I mean, each boutique hotel has its own story of the family, the grandmaster who lived in the property.
Yeah. It's an incredible history all across Valletta. Amazing city. Kyle, thank you so much for your input. I've got one final question. What is your definition of pure luxury?
McDonald's. No, I'm joking.
I knew it was coming.
You know, I'm a big yachty, so I think definition of luxury for me is out at sea on a nice boat, good bottle of champagne, good company, away from everyone.
Okay, sounds amazing. Thanks ever so much for that. In closing, we have a small thank you from our friends at Cleland and Souchet. It's rather large.
Thank you.
And that is for you. Thanks very much for joining us. You can say that. I'm going to put that down. And obviously, I will take the opportunity to give you a copy of our magazine, Temple.
Thank you.
I know you're an avid reader. We hope to see you in there sometime soon as well. But above all else, thank you very, very much for your time. And thank you to you and Mark for your contribution to the landscape of Malta. I think it's been an absolute significant contribution to how things have changed, and very, very excited to see what's happening in Europe and hopefully in the near future something closer to home as well in Valletta.
The new era of Iniala is coming. So, I mean, we opened the first property in July, so a few months.
Brilliant. Look forward to seeing it. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
All the best.